Now that we've got the melody down, we need to start looking at the harmony, digging in and working out what's going on in there and how we can make great solos over those chords. In this lesson, we're going to look at the A section. In fact, we're really going to focus just on the first 8 bars of the A section. And to me, really, this is the money section of Night and Day, because this is the 2-5-1 progression which goes all the way through the tune. So I'm going to have a look on the alto and the tenor, and then we're going to do a quick improvise over this as well to start putting those ideas that we're going to talk about in this lesson into action. So if you have a look at your music on the alto saxophone, first of all, there's the chords at A. We've got a B minor 7, flat 5, followed by an E7, followed by an A major 7. Now this is really just a variation of a 2-5-1 progression in the key of A. And remember, we're in the key of A on the alto sax, so it's actually in our home key. So we know, if you've already followed through the 2-5-1 lessons, that the 2 chord is based on the 2nd degree of the scale, and the 5 chords based on the 5th degree of the scale. The scale that we're talking about being the 1 chord, which in this case is the A major 7. If you need some help with your 2-5-1 progressions, check out the 2-5-7-1 workout mini course inside Sax School. There's some other 2-5-1 lessons in Sax School as well, but the mini course is a great place to start. Okie dokie. So the notes that we would use over these first 4 bars, basically it's everything to do with the A major scale. So over the B minor 7 flat 5, we're going to kind of use a B Dorian, which is an A major scale but starting on the B. So it's got these notes in it: B, C sharp, D, E. Normally to be F sharp, we've got F natural, G, G sharp, A and B. Now, why have we got the F natural? Because the chord is a B minor 7 flat 5. Now what that means is a normal B minor 7 would have a 1, a 3, a 5 and a 7 in it. But for this variation, we take the 5th note and we lower it a semitone. So instead of being B, D, F sharp and A, we've got B, D, F natural and A. This is a normal B minor 7. This is a B minor 7 with a flat 5. Let's get just an interesting little extra color into it. So we're going to modify our Dorian to include the F natural, okay? So those are the notes, the B Dorian over with an F natural over the B minor 7 flat 5. The E chord is an E mixolydian, which is an A major scale but starting on E. So it's going to be E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D, and E. And with that chord, remember that the anchor notes, or the most important notes, are the 1, 3, 5, and the 7. So it's E, G sharp, B, and D. And you might want to put a circle around those notes on your music, just so you know that they're the important ones. And the A major 7 is just an A major scale. A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, and A. Now a major 7 as opposed to a dominant 7, we actually have the 7th note in the major scale in the chord, and that's what's happening here. And that's why, although it says A major 7, we're still just using the A major scale. Does that make sense? Now, the first 4 bars are exactly the same as the next 4 bars. So what we're going to do now is pop the backing track on, and we're going to have a go at playing through the whole of the A section. You get to do the first 8 bars. I'll take care of the second 8 bars, and then it'll be back to you. And we'll go through the whole A section 4 times. Now, when we're doing this the first time through, let's just stick to our mode notes. So if you like, you could play the whole mode in each bar, like. Or you could just choose to do the first 5 notes. I'll do the same with the last 8 bars in the A section. Before we do that though, I'm going to show you the notes on the tenor saxophone. So same thing on the tenor sax, we've got the 2-5-1 for those first 4 bars, but we're in the key of D major. So our 2-5-1 is in that key of D major. So we've got an E minor 7 flat 5, followed by an A7, followed by a D. So the E minor 7 flat 5, remember all of this is based on a D major scale. D, E, F sharp, G, A, D, C sharp, and D. So for our E minor 7 flat 5, we're going to use an E Dorian with the flattened 5. So it's a D major scale but starting on E, but we're going to put a B flat in there instead of a B natural. So it's E, F sharp, G, A, B flat, C sharp, D, and E. And then the A7 is an A mixolydian, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, and A, which is a D major scale but starting on A. And then the good old faithful D major scale for the D chord. That's the first 4 bars. The next 4 bars are exactly the same. So same process. We'll put the backing track on, either play the first 5 notes of the mode or all of the mode if you feel up to it. And then I'll do the same for my 8 bars. And the second time through, I'd like you to start trying to create some melodies just using some of the mode notes. Keep it simple, simple melodies, simple rhythms. And the third time through, we'll just develop it a bit more. And the fourth time, we can start to, stretch our wings a little bit. But I really want you to just think about creating simple melody ideas that work and really sticking to the notes I've written down for you. Okay, here we go. So how'd you get on with that? I think isolating a few bars like that at a time is really a good way to do it. And hopefully if you've worked through the 2-5-1 lessons before, you'll recognize the sound of that 2-5-1 as you're playing through. So remember, keeping a smooth line as you're flowing across the 3 chords is really the best strategy. And also remembering where your anchor notes are for each of those chords. And there's nothing wrong with going through and just putting a circle around the anchor notes in your music, your 1st, 3rd, 5th, and the 7th note of each of those scales. Okay, in the next lesson, we're going to swap it around and look at the second half of this A section. We've got some really interesting chords going in there. So practice hard. I'll catch you on the next lesson.